everyone, we are Niharika Vaishnav and Simi ma'am, and we are back again with another episode of Blazing Hour with Alumni. Let's reconnect. Our guest for today is a very incredible speaker and a remarkably confident individual. Please welcome Deepesh Variyani, everyone. Deepesh Bhaiya is currently pursuing MBA Tech from NMIMS University, Mumbai. Apart from academics, he has also been spending his time exploring different types of internships in companies like Being Digital and Yuval, and is currently working as a creative content writer at Pocket FM. He also started his own online media platform called The Modern Scoop, which works on bringing people's stories out to the world and motivate people to be vocal about their rights and surroundings. He's also organized and participated in several college events like Narsee, Monjee Model United Nations and Youth Speak Forum. He's currently looking forward to his summer internship as a marketing strategist at Jio Creative Labs. Welcome to the show, Bhaiya. It's so great having you here.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm so happy to be back.
Since our tagline is Let's Reconnect, let's go down the memory lane a bit, shall we? Okay,
Definitely.
so if you could pick one thing from high school that you could do over, what would it be?
Oh, there are a couple of things actually. The first is the literary club sessions which we had. I think those were some of the best time I had in my entire week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, the first period. I think I really loved that. Apart from that, running around the campus, speaking everywhere, going to different colleges, going to different schools and speaking, I think that is one thing that I really miss the most. And I think that would be something I would want to relive again.
Wow, that's great. Even I remember you taking our literary club meetings and it used to be so fun.
Yeah, it was the best time. I loved that.
Deepesh, I still remember you were very multitasking. So how do you manage time, and how did you prioritize stuff during, say, a week before your finals, or times you had exams or things going on at the school?
I think I'm a firm believer in the fact that if you want to do something really cool or if you want to do something really amazing, then you need to put in the work and then you need to sacrifice a lot. So for me, all of the things were really important that I was doing. Going to different schools and speaking was very important because it made me feel confident, it made me feel really good. But apart from all of that, since I was a science student, managing my studies and managing all the practicals and everything was also important. So definitely you have to put in the work, you have to stay up long hours, you have to stay after school in order to prepare your speeches so that you don't miss your classes. And then when you go back, you have to revise everything in school, go to all your coaching centers and stay up late in the night to finish your work, to finish your speeches in order to do something like this. It requires sacrifice, it requires hard work, but you have to do it.
That's great, Deepesh. Obviously we have to manage time, then only we can do something. Yes, right. That's good.
I love your optimism, Bhaiya, literally. I love it. Okay, so who's your favorite music artist?
Oh, okay. I listen to different types of music, okay? Usually, my regular answer to this question is Martin Garrix because I listen to a lot of electronic music, I listen to a lot of digital artists. But recently, I've fallen in love with this small genre. It's called indie pop. It's indie, but it's a little popular. So it's indie pop. And one artist from there is called Hassan Rahim. He's a Pakistani artist. I really love his songs. I really love his songwriting, and it's beautiful.
Even I enjoy indie pop a lot. So if your life was one of your favorite artist's song, what genre do you think it would be and what song would it be?
Okay. So there's this Martin Garrix song. I don't remember, it was a very old song. It came back way in 2016, which showed his journey from like starting and playing in his friend's wedding to going all the way up and playing internationally all over the globe. I think that is something that would signify my life as well. What?
I'm saying it's great.
Yeah, I think that is something that sort of signifies my life as well, because at one point of time I was this regular kid in school, then suddenly going everywhere, doing everything, learning a new thing and pursuing it and everything with all my hard work and all my dedication. So I think that is something that would really move with my life.
That is so great. I'm definitely going to give it a listen.
Deepesh, you were a flexible person, as I know you. What fact about yourself took you longest to understand and accept?
I think once you go around, like debating and public speaking in general that we used to do is a very fluctuating thing. You see a different speaker doing something else and you feel like incorporating that in your life or incorporating that in the way you speak or you do anything. So one thing that I took a long time to accept is a strong sense of self-fulfillment, and knowing who I am as a speaker and as a person, and accepting that instead of just looking around trying to see कि बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, should I be like them, should I not be like them, should I do this or that and that. And I remember Simi ma'am told me this before my very first debate. उन्होंने कहा था कि Deepesh, remember who you are. You're speaking very well, you're doing really good. Remember who you are. वहाँ पे तुमको कोई भी दिखे, तुम ध्यान मत देना. तुम सिर्फ इस चीज पे ध्यान दो कि तुम कौन हो और तुमको क्या आता है. I think that is something that I really take with me even to this day, to know who I am and to do what I do the best I can.
That I'm really, it's really great to know that you still remember those words, and I was able to inspire you. So that's great, and one should be oneself, obviously.
Wow, that was actually very good. I love that answer. So, do you have like a favorite teacher?
Definitely, I do, and she's right here in this meeting. My favorite teacher has always been Simi. He's always, because to think about something, I was just a regular child. I was there, and Simi gave me an opportunity. She gave me a chance to figure out. Also, I did not know what I liked. I was very confused. I thought I like music or acting or something like that. I had no particular identity in the co-curricular field. Okay, so giving me a chance to try something new, teaching me everything about it, and making me as good as I can be, I think that's the role of a teacher, and Simi ma'am did it really well. So yes,
wow.
Simi ma'am. And one more. Pratibha ma'am as well. She taught us chemistry in 12th class, in 11th and 12th. I remember मैं school में बाहर कभी भी जाता था, I used to touch Pratibha ma'am's feet. I was like, ma'am, this is for good luck. I need this. And she taught me really well. So yeah, Pratibha ma'am and Simi ma'am.
Wow, that's great. So, like, do you have a specific memory related to any of their classes?
Oh yes. So because 11th May in the half yearlies, I did not really score well. So all the teachers were in the PTM, all the teachers were like कि ऐसे चलता रहा तो 11th कैसे निकलेगी, कैसे होगा, अभी और टेस्ट है, फाइनल एग्जाम है, कैसे होगा. But Pratibha ma'am was the one teacher. She was like कि हाँ ये बाहर बहुत घूमता है, बहुत करता है, but ये कर लेगा. So she was the only teacher जिसकी वजह से मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मेरे को घर जाके डांटा नहीं. कि हाँ, Pratibha ma'am really calmed everyone down, and he said he'll do it. He likes speaking, he does that, and if we don't let him do that, he won't be able to focus on studies after all. So she motivated my parents to not let me let go of public speaking, but she also taught me determination, balance, and everything. So yeah.
Wow, that's really great. I think we all need a mentor like that in our lives.
Definitely.
So Deepesh, what do you get the most compliments about?
The voice. It's always the voice. It's either the voice or the beard. इसकी वजह से मैं कभी shave नहीं करता. It's either my voice or it's my beard.
I still remember, Deepesh, your voice was really, you had a great voice. That's why I selected you for these debate competitions, because you can create an influence. Your voice can create an influence, obviously.
I totally agree. Totally.
Thank you guys. But,
so, do you have a favorite film?
I do. Everyone has a favorite film, guys. My favorite movie is Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, ZNMD. I have seen it, if I count yesterday, I've seen it 24 times. And I love almost everything about it, from dialogues, story to the acting, everything.
Even I'm a big fan of Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. So, if I had to ask you that what character from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara is like near to your archetype, what would you say? Like, what would have been your answer?
Farhan Akhtar, definitely. Farhan Akhtar, because he was the funny one. He writes, he creates content, and he has this really good sense of poetry as well. So I think yes, Farhan Akhtar.
Wow, that's really good. He was my favorite character from the movie as well.
Deepesh, one question comes into my mind. Were you disheartened when you couldn't win the first debate you participated in? And were you so nervous that you really expected it to be?
No, I actually think that in my first debate, which was Mirja Modi, I think I spoke fairly well, considering it was the first one I had. Because in the school, I used to speak my speech 17 times in one day. I remember Simi ma'am कुछ भी question पूछती थी, मेरा answer was I started speaking my speech, irrespective. How are you, Deepesh? I start speaking my speech every time. So I worked really hard, and yeah, and also the fact that we lost that by 0.54 marks. I remember that number precisely. We couldn't win a trophy because of half a mark. So that was pretty disheartening in the start, but also the fact that I sahi bola, acha bola, and I felt कि ठीक है. It was the first time we came very very close. This means that we are going on the right path. All we now need to do is put in a little more effort, a little more polishing, and then we might be able to win something or get something.
Okay, Deepesh, did you keep improving through your willpower itself, or there was any element that inspired you? If yes, who inspired you?
Definitely willpower. Once you lose by a very small margin, you really want to keep going and keep going to get it the next time and win the next time. But definitely any form of expression or any form of stagecraft has some sort of inspiration to it. And I was inspired by the fact that if I get better at public speaking, I can influence a lot of people. I can talk to a crowd easily, I can become more confident. And overall, these three skills in life are very important because it helps you in your interviews, in your placement process, but also in different areas of life where you need a lot of confidence. So definitely, the art itself motivates you and inspires you. So yeah.
That is so great. That is so great. So,
second time when you won the debate out of 80 participants, did your self-esteem boost up and you became overconfident at that time? I want to know that.
No. I mean, winning. Once we went to, I think it was JL Maheshwari. It was in Maheshwari Public School. We went there. I thought, ठीक है, just like NMS, there will be 6 or 7 schools or 8 schools. It will take 1 hour, 2 hours max, and then we'll be back. And then we entered the room, and the room was filled with people. I was like, okay, good audience. And then I realized that these are competitors. These people are there to speak. And there were 80 people to speak, and mine was 74th number. You are a little late. So my number was 74. So I was like, two things will happen. Either half the crowd will go, or half the crowd will be asleep. Now half the crowd didn't go, but half the crowd was asleep. So I was a little more confident at that point of time, knowing that आधे लोग तो सुन ही नहीं रहे. But once my name was announced and once we won, it was, I think, it was the most amazing feeling I've ever had, because this was not just a debate that was happening in Jaipur. This was all over Rajasthan. So when I was told that, okay, this is a state level competition that you have won, and that was my second debate only after losing the first one, felt really, really good. It really boosted my self-esteem. It told me for once in my life that I'm doing something that I can do very well and I really like doing. But it also made me a little overconfident, I'm not going to lie. It made me a little overconfident. But then Simi ma'am did a very good job of grounding me. Simi ma'am and Arna ma'am, both of them did a really good job of grounding me later, so that it doesn't get to my head a lot.
I'm really honored. You give me so much respect and you really consider. That's great. Keep it up and God bless you. Yes.
The bond between you both is really sweet, I must say. So, have you ever been scared from high competence in any of the events you went to, or did competing with better people make you feel exhilarated?
I think competing with better people shows you the ropes. It tells you where you are. It tells you where you need to go. Now, obviously, if you look at people who have been doing this for a long, long time, you can get a little intimidated. It is completely normal. But once you are doing something, again, like I said earlier, a strong sense of self at that point of time is very important. ये लोग भले कितने भी अच्छे हो, you know who you are, and you should know what you can do. And competing with better people tells you the level at which you are at right now, and what you need to do to reach to a level above or reach to their level. So definitely, competing with better people is exhilarating. It's really amazing, and you make a lot of good friends who are from your fraternity as well. Yeah.
Definitely. It can be a little intimidating in the beginning, but once, as you said, you get a sense of self, it's all like butter, smooth like butter.
Definitely.
Deepesh, do you always rationalize your decisions, or do you go by instinct as well? Be it better or worse?
It depends on what type of decisions I'm taking. Usually I'm an instinct guy. I do what feels right. I do what I want to do, and I don't really care much about the consequences that could happen. I think about it. Whatever I want to do, whatever I feel is right, I do it. But when it comes to certain other things like financial decisions, at that point of time, I try to rationalize everything. That Deepesh, you don't need to buy all the packets of marshmallows in every departmental store. You don't need to do that. So I try to rationalize myself at that point of time. Although if my mom will watch this, she'll disagree because my mom thinks that my biggest hobby is spending money. But no, I try to rationalize financial decisions, but otherwise everything else I go by instinct. Yeah.
That's good, Deepesh. And Deepesh, what is the biggest gamble you've ever made? I'm asking in generalized, not that gamble.
No, definitely. A lot of things. In college, we, like Niharika said, in college, I was the director general of my college anyway. But initially, since it was the first online conference that was happening in college, not a lot of people were interested. Because definitely some people come to MUNs for debating and arguing, but other people go for the prom night or for the socials and for every other vices that an MUN offers. And since it was an online conference, we were not able to get a lot of registrations, which would sort of indirectly affect my stature and the stature of the event as well. So we took a gamble. We pulled off the internal marketing team. So there are two teams. One team that markets inside college and one team that brings people from the outside. We pulled the entire marketing team. We put it all on the externals, knowing that this could affect our event in a big way. Because internals नहीं आए तो हमने एक ready mechanism बना लिया कि internal marketing को बाहर भेज दो. अब बाहर से भी नहीं आए तो फिर तो they're gone. So we were sitting with them day and night all together so that we can take daily reports, know किस बच्चे को क्या दिक्कत है, लोग क्यों नहीं register कर रहे, क्या कर सकते हैं. And it was a big risk because अगर बच्चे कम रह जाते तो financials would have been down. It would have been really down. Event would have crashed. Luckily, we were able to set a record in all of Maharashtra to get the most number of online delegates in any conference for the last 2 or 3 years. जब से online और offline चल रहा था in the entirety of Maharashtra, and I think it paid off pretty well. I'd say.
That's great, Deepesh. We always have to take risks in life, and that is really important. Otherwise, we can't succeed. Yeah.
Right. So we all have seen you talk very confidently on stage, in debates and other things while you moderated our literary club meetings, especially. That's the most time I have seen you speak. And that is so appreciable. But when was the last time that you felt really nervous?
Recently, I think when I was giving the interview for Jio, I felt a little scared because this was the profile that I really wanted. Marketing strategy is something that really interests me, and I think I really want to pursue that in the future as well. But there were 218 people who were interviewing for Jio, and Jio is known to not take more than 15 people out of 280. So I was a little scared. I was a little nervous when I was giving my interview because once you see the people who are on your stage, किसी ने कुछ ना कुछ कर ही रखा है. I can say that I'm good at public speaking. Someone else can also say that because there are 200 people in the mix. Everyone knows something or the else. So I was a little nervous. I was a little scared. But then again, focused on myself, did what I know, and I think later on it went good. I got selected. I was among the top 14 who got selected for Jio out of 280.
Wow, that's so great. Congratulations. Okay, so you possess great qualities as a person. Were there times that people focused on just one certain quality of yours and that kind of overshadowed the many others you possess?
In the entirety of my school life, I was always known as the guy who speaks. Okay? There are several other things that I know. I know how to write as well, and Simi ma'am knows this. I always prefer to write my speech on my own. I don't ask someone to write it. I write every speech that I say on my own. But there were certain times when people were like, Deepesh, this is very important. We'll write this for you. ये बहुत important है, तू बस बोल देना, we'll write this for you. And I said, no, I am a writer. I know how to write. I'm doing a writing job on the side as well. So definitely people never focused on how good I can write. They always focused on how good I can speak. Also, one thing is, not a lot of people know this. I think Simi ma'am को भी नहीं पता ये बात. I can dance very well. I can dance really, really well. I'm a very, very good dancer. But every time I used to go to Shalini ma'am's room, कि मैम मेरे को I want to be a part of a performance. अरे दीपेश, तुम जाओगे, तुमको वहाँ पे बोलना रहेगा, तुमको वहाँ पे debate करना रहेगा, तुमको ये करना रहेगा. How will you? So no one really focused on these things, which I do know. But everyone was always कि तू बोलेगा, तू ये जाके बोलेगा, everything. But it's nice.
Deepesh, I still remember you dancing. I saw you dancing once.
I'm a very good dancer.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
I did not know you dance. Honestly, I did not. But I will keep that in mind from now on.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you that you have come so far and you have had your fair share of sacrifices that you've made. So what is something that will stay with you for a long time, even your lifetime? Something that you took?
I think the confidence that I gained doing public speaking all around, meeting new people, socializing, networking. These are three things that are very important in your life. First, being confident is very important. Second, socializing and networking is very important in the corporate world as well and in your personal life as well. You need connections. You need people who have connections at other places to help you through in times of need, in times of problems. So those are the three things that I took from the entirety that I think would really help me in the future as well. One is confidence, one is socializing, and one is networking. एक और चीज थी जो मेरे को किसी ने बोली थी in school. There was one teacher. I'm so sorry, I don't remember her name, but she said one quote that I remember. She said, "Deepesh, there are only three things important in life. One is courage to be who you are, courage to do what no one else is doing and taking your own path. The second is honesty, being honest with yourself, being honest with the people around you, and the third is family, the family that you have, your parents, and the family that you choose, that is your friends. These are the only three things that are important in life: courage, honesty, and family." And I remember this quote every morning, every day, and I have this in my mind.
Now I'm also going to remember it every morning and every day because it's such a great quote. So now let's start a segment. I'll be asking you some questions. It will be kind of a rapid fire, but it does not necessarily have to be a rapid fire. But you'll have to answer in a single word or a sentence. Okay. So if you could teleport somewhere right now, where would it be?
It would either be in Amsterdam or it would be back at my home in Jaipur.
Okay, great. So what is the funniest nickname anyone has ever given to you?
Loudspeaker. Everyone, loudspeaker. I'm loudspeaker.
Loudspeaker. What was the story behind it? Loudspeaker.
So there was this inter-school competition. I think our inter-school competition is called Creme de la Creme. It was called that back in the time.
Yes.
So I was anchoring and light chali gayi. There was no mic. So I was speaking without the mic in the जो dance hall था बड़ा वाला. ठीक है? So तब से my name was loudspeaker. Everyone called me loudspeaker.
So tell us a mistake that you made during a public performance but no one noticed.
I went to this school where I had to give a speech and I did not realize at the fact कि मेरा belt का buckle open था and I was not wearing a blazer. So I gave a speech, I gave an extempore, I came back and I asked my friend कि how was it? That everything was good, तेरी belt खुली थी. I was like, but it's fine. I think I got selected to the next round. No one noticed. I hope. So yeah.
At least you didn't notice it mid-performance. Otherwise, it would have been such a burden on your brain.
Definitely.
What scares you the most?
What scares me the most is having regret about anything or everything 60 years from now.
Okay. If the world was ending tomorrow, how would you like to spend your day?
I like to spend my day in the company of people who are close to me, who I really, really like, who I really, really love, eat good food, and talk a lot.
That's great. What is more important to you, good food or good sleep?
Oh, good food. Oh, definitely good food. I sleep 4 hours a day, but I need good food.
Exactly, same. And I think everyone should choose food over sleep.
Everyone should. It's not even a question anymore.
Right. So, are you a morning person or a night person?
I am a night person.
Exactly. According to me, morning persons only exist in someone's imagination.
I think morning people don't really exist. They just don't have anything to do in the night.
Exactly. Okay, last question. What is the resolution for this year?
My resolution is to be kinder on myself and to focus on health and fitness a bit.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. Okay, so we have some students from the audience who really want to talk to you. So let's have them. First of all, I'd like to call upon Yashwardhan Sharma.
Greetings, Bhaiya. I am Yashwardhan Sharma, and like you, I aspire to be an excellent debater as well and a public speaker. So, as a matter of fact, I used to be a member of literary club when you conducted the meetings, and I clearly remember how enjoyable that used to be. So, on to the question. It is already a well-established fact how much good of a public speaker you are. You're really a sublime debater. My question to you is, did you feel pressure or still feel pressured by your opponent's interjection onto you? And if yes, how do you overcome it?
Definitely. Interjections are very difficult at all times because you don't know what's going to be thrown at you. And there is a crowd watching, so you can't embarrass yourself really if you don't know the answer or anything. So definitely it's a little bit of a pressure, but research helps a lot. You have to be thorough with the content that you are speaking. It is very, very important that you understand the meaning of each and every word, each and every line, and then a thorough research about the topic. So what I used to do when I wrote debates was, after writing my own speech and after being comfortable with it, I used to search the points that my opponents could speak. उनके क्या points है, वो लोग क्या बोल सकते हैं. Knowing what they have in their arsenal and researching well on my points really helped me to like sort of predict कि किस तरह के questions आ सकते हैं.
Thanks a ton for the advice. So you say I should just expect the obvious interjection on my arguments and then I can predict it, right?
Yes. Research a lot on your side and on your opponent's side as well.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll try and incorporate it in myself, and I'm sure that will help me a ton. And as you said, gaining a sense of self, that also helped me because I also find myself in that phase where I'm trying to imitate a really good public speaker, namely Jordan Peterson. So yeah, thank you very much. But that would be all from my side. I wish you have a blessed day and good luck ahead.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Yashwardhan. Next up, we have Lavanya Banerjee.
So, a warm good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lavanya Banerjee from Cambridge Fort. And hello, Deepesh Bhaiya. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. And I have a question for you. What skills and competencies would you suggest the students to develop in order to sustain a successful career, which could be incorporated in the academic curriculum as well?
Okay. I think the personality development classes that happen in our school, I think they're really, really good. A lot of children take that for granted. Don't take that for granted. Never take that for granted. You won't realize the importance of that till like your college. But the things that are taught in the personality development classes are very, very important. Apart from that, having sessions that train children about confidence, about building a network, and about research. Researching is also a very important skill that you need in life. So teaching students how to research about different topics. It is a very simple thing, right? Everyone uses Google, but not a lot of people really know how to actually use Google, how to really, really find what you're looking for. So researching is a very important skill. Building confidence is a very important skill, and those two things should be taught in schools. Yeah.
Definitely. I absolutely agree on your part. Thank you so much for the lovely answer. It was a good time hearing you.
Thank you so much, Lavanya.
Thanks a lot, Lavanya. Next up, we have with us Paki.
Hello, Bhaiya. I am Pakhi Hokaria, a student of class 11. So I am quite interested in MUN, and I would like to know from you if there are any websites or resources which can help me build on the requisite skills for the same. Like if you could tell me some.
See, Paki, MUN is like a sport, right? You will never get better at, say, football if you don't go out and play football, right?
Yes.
So when I did my first MUN, I did not know a lot of things as well. So if you want to be a better munner, if you want to be better at MUNs, or if you want to be better at any skill, you have to just go ahead and do it. Once you do an MUN for the first time, you will completely understand the rules and procedures. Then you will do your second MUN, where you will know the rules and procedures and then you will follow them. Then you will learn something else. And slowly and steadily, you will be able to become a good MUNer. So learning about MUNs, talk to people who do a lot of MUNs. Number one, know what sites you can use to research, like Reuters or PTI for Indian committees and other such websites. Third, do a lot of MUNs. जो चीज एक्सपीरियंस से सीखने को मिलती है वो चीज और किसी चीज से सीखने को नहीं.
Right? Yeah. Thank you so much. I think this will help me a lot and all those who are aiming to excel in the field of oratory. And I hope I'll do better next time in MUN. So thank you so much.
Yes, you will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paki. Let's now have Pranav.
Namaskar Bhaiya, I'm Pranav Goyal from 11th Standard, and I have been following your page, The Modern Scoop, for quite a while now. So my question was, what were the difficulties you faced while you were trying to establish the page?
So The Modern Scoop, as you guys already know, it's an online media platform wherein we try to bring out what's right without any agenda, without any bias. So doing that, first of all, is very difficult. Not trying to support anyone or not trying to reject anyone, just being neutral is very difficult. What we also try to do is we bring out stories of people who want to talk about their experiences that they've faced in some difficult hardships or some difficult form of lifestyle. So we create content in regards to issues like domestic violence, sexual harassment, even medical people, like people who are suffering from a disease like cancer can come onto our page and share their experience to help others. So finding these people and finding people who are willing to share their experiences also is very difficult, considering we are still at the beginning stages. We're not a big and established page that people know about. So yeah, those two things were really, really difficult, and letting people know about the diversity of our content is also a problem that we face. But I think with time, with learning, we'll be able to figure that out as well.
Thanks a lot, Bhaiya. I'm sure when I try to venture something new in the future, this will help me a lot.
Definitely. Thank you, Pranav.
Yeah, Deepesh, I want to tell you one thing, that although we are online, but still meetings are going on. We are taking literary club meetings, we are taking Ego club meetings. We have not stopped anyhow.
Beautiful, that's what I like.
Any situation, nobody can stop us from going ahead.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Even the kids are doing wonderfully well. They are doing really well. So nobody can stop us.
No one can. Definitely. That is really, really nice. The literary club is it's very close to my heart, because I was one of the founding members of the club. Me, Manvendra, Anuj, all of these guys, we were sort of the dream team at that point of time. But yeah, it's really nice to see that going well. Yeah, it's very close to my heart.
Thank you, Deepesh. All the best for your future.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All the best for your
Nice
future, Bhaiya.
Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you soon again.
Same here. Okay, so this was Deepesh Variyani and your MCs Niharika and Simi ma'am. We'll be taking our leave, but we'll be back with another episode very soon. Be kind, be nice, and be a good human. Thank you.